All right, everybody, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Patrick Wall.
And in this episode, before we get into it, we and Gavin just saw a movie last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see a new movie to myself.
No one cares to yourself.
It is new to me.
I saw a new movie to myself, and it was quite fantastic. I'm very pleased with myself.
It was the greatest movie ever.
That I've ever seen by myself.
I hate the fact that it actually worked.
But
You talked about your movie.
yeah, we will. So we saw The Breadwinner.
Yes.
Nate Bargatze.
Gazi.
Yeah, he did his movie. It's very much like a kind of a Mr. Mom type feel. You know, a little bit different setup in Mr. Mom. He lost his job.
Mandy plays the mom.
Yeah, Mandy plays the mom. But in this one, it's more of his wife is like she's the home giver. She does all the work around the house.
Breadwinner.
No, he's the breadwinner.
At the start, yeah.
Yeah, because he goes out and work. That's what breadwinning is.
So I know.
Okay, just didn't know.
The fact that they made that movie now, knowing that 70% of households in the U.S. are dual income is amazing.
Yeah.
70% of houses need to be dual income.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's always been the or not dig, but like the thing of the Simpsons. When that show first came out, they live in a home that's big enough to have their Homer's dad in there with them, 3 kids, and a wife that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think it was season 2 and 3 where they introduced Rupert Grimes, where he's like Homer's boss, and they invite him over for dinner to make friends and make nice. He's like, "You live in a 5-bedroom, 2-story house, and I'm your boss. How the are you affording this right now?"
It's movie magic, man.
Yeah.
Cartoons.
Cartoon man.
I could draw any size house I want if I was
It's
cartoon.
backgrounding. That's
Yeah.
And to be fair, he could afford that house today.
No.
No, he could.
Oh, yes, but not Homer.
Oh God,
No, not Homer. So anyway, Breadwinner. Funny, cute. If I had to give it my opinion on it, I liked that I saw it. It was worth going to see. It's not an Oscar winner.
No. It had that humor that I think we've lacked from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So my question is, watching all of those trailers, it seemed just like a 90-minute stand-up with extras.
Kind of is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of his stand-up.
Yeah.
So a lot of the not inside jokes, but a lot of the jokes or the situations that happen are mirrored from what he does in a stand-up. In fact, at the end of the movie during the credits, while the credits are rolling, they cut to certain scenes in the movie and then parts of his stand-up.
Yeah, and
It just
stand-up.
yeah. So the funniest part though, so since you haven't seen it yet, his wife.
No, that's gonna work.
Yeah, you stupid. But he's, his
Dual
wife,
income.
his wife takes care of the house, but she invents this little thing called the star.
I'm the star or something.
Yeah, something like that. And it's basically like the thing for our kids where it's a star, but you lift up the tabs and it reminds you of doing tasks that you have to do, like, brush your hair or, whatever, brush your teeth, whatever you want to choose to do. Well, anyway, she shows to a friend of hers, she thinks could be something. So it cuts to like she's on Shark Tank.
Oh.
And it's a super funny episode. So she comes out and they're like, "So, how'd you come up with it?" And she's explaining and she's like, "Well, my husband's back." I can't remember how it came out, but she's like, "What does your husband do?" And she tells him, and he's like, "Is he here?" And he's in the back watching the show with the kids.
And he's asking him like all the stuff of like, what kind of numbers are you producing? What is what kind of time do you put into this? And he's like, "Wait, so you're doing all this while taking care of 3 kids? And what do your husband do?" He's like, "Well, he works." And he's like, "What is he? Let's get him out here."
And as he's watching, he's eating a donut.
Yeah.
He comes out, and it's probably I think it's probably one of the funniest scenes because
Is he a stand-up comedian in the movie?
no, he's a Toyota salesman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he's like the top
He's
Toyota salesman.
the big dog of the.
Yeah,
He'll sell it a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't sell like anything. He's basically like live hard, sell hard, but we're new cars.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but in a clean way. Yeah, he's a clean salesman. He's just a really good guy.
I get his humor. It's very clean. And the first time I saw him, I was literally in your guys' hotel room, diggity, and I was crying laughing. So I can only assume how funny this scene was.
There was a scene, and it's been in the previews too, of like where he yells, "Put it on the board," and he's talking to the boss of the dealership, and he's like, "Nate, you're on fire today. That guy came in to use the bathroom." Walked out in the car.
And I was gonna say that, like, I love his humor, but the goods
Like, give me that filthy humor. That movie.
No, it's not like
hilarious.
humor, but it's basically like that's how good of a salesman he is. He's kind of like the dad in Tommy Boy. He's like 5 whiskey sours and I can still sell the son of a bitch. Yeah. But so when the funniest thing is when he goes on Shark Tank, so he's like shocked. They're like, come on, you got to go. And then they cut to like, the room where they walk through the hallway. And he's like, just kind of strolled through and their commentary, the sharks comments like,
He's looking around for a trash can because he's holding half.
yeah. And they're like, is he blind?
Yeah,
It's like,
looking around.
and it's got the music playing and and he comes out and he's like, and he even says with because he has a book that he wrote and part of his stand-up is when his friend says, look at your big dumb eyes. He has a book called that, My Big Dumb Eyes. And there's a scene with Kevin Leary.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't even take you seriously. I'm out right now. He's like, I'm looking at your big dumb eyes.
He was like asking me, or it was like, the wife was looking at him. He was like, why are they all looking at me? Like, why are you looking at? Because we're looking at your big dumb eyes. That's why.
But he's like, he's still finishing the donut. And he's like, he's like, well, there wasn't a trash can. And he's like, you know what? I'm out. And so one of the guys goes out automatically. And then they're like, go and finish your donut. So he's like shoving the whole thing in his mouth. And they're asking him questions. And he's sitting.
He has to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
He's like spark it down with no water, nothing. That he just.
I'm imagining the scene from Talladega Nights when he's doing that first interview. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, like yeah, he was definitely near in the headlights.
And so anyway, Lori ends up, offering her like the 100,000 or whatever she wanted for 10% of the business. But the stipulation was that she had to basically commit like 2 weeks or whatever the time frame was to do it full time. So,
and to get the plant.
Yeah, to get the plant so they could get it going. So basically, like, your husband has to take care of the kids so you can focus on this. So they're talking, and anyway, they decide to do it. So then he begins doing the housework like Mr. Mom, but doesn't know anything about anything around the house, doesn't know really how to cook things, and it's just that from there it goes on. Now
He plays the quintessential dumb husband.
yeah,
He knows.
kind of like Raymond.
he knows-
Everybody loves Raymond, like the dad
Yeah.
that doesn't really know how
He
to
knows
do anything.
everything about work and about his job. He knows nothing about what's going on around the house.
So, Mr. Mom is a great reference, and that's a very good movie. But in my mind, I'm picturing that real garbage Vin Diesel movie where he's the Navy SEAL and has to become the.
No.
Pacifier.
Yeah, that one.
No, this one's better than that.
Yeah.
This
A
was,
lot of movies are better than that.
but
The movie I want to talk about is better than that.
they had what's the name? Will Arnett.
Yeah.
So Will Arnett's in this movie, and he's
That's got to be comedic.
the roof. It is. It's the roof repairman. So that part kind of felt very much like an Adam Sandler kind of movie
Mm-hmm.
because he has this guy come in and he was bidding to do their roof because they need to have some roof repairs done. And his wife calls him. She's like, "Oh, who'd you pick?" And he's like, "Oh, I got somebody to do it." And she's like, "Oh, well, because a lot of people bid, and I just want to know." He's like, "I don't know his name." So anyway, he's apparently just the guy that just showed up after he bid.
No, she said I called my cousin's husband.
Yeah.
To see if he would do it because he came in so low, and I was going to use him to bid against the others.
Yeah.
Then the real one's down.
But that's the guy that
He hires him.
So he basically almost lives there. He's like, he sets up this massive monstrosity of whatever it is structure to build or fix the roof that it only needs a small repair, but he's somehow setting it up to like fix the whole thing and the
like skyscraper scaffolding.
Yeah. But he builds it like it makes no sense, like how it's designed. So, but he becomes part of the movie. Like he's just that side guy. So that's what I'm saying. Like an Adam Sandler, where there's like a side the cable guy. Yeah, kind of like that. But I'd say more like I don't know, someone in an episode. Give me a good example of an Adam Sandler movie. Kind of like Chris Farley is a bus driver in Madison.
Oh, okay.
He's just there. But Will Arnett's character was like they're all the time. He's like there all the time. Like they're eating dinner, and all of a sudden he cuts over to the guy sitting there eating. He's like, "Are you?"
Well, he comes in that one day when they're having a sleepover, and he's like, "By the way, you're out of ice cream. I had to check your fridge for roof stuff."
Oh, it's like the mayor from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, kind of.
He was famously he was the butler from Scary Movie with the tiny little hand.
Yeah, Chris Elliott.
Yeah, Chris Elliott.
Yeah. So it's like that. So anyway, he becomes a big part of it. There's other funny things. It was a little quirky with the one other male mom.
Oh yeah,
He's very
from SNL.
Yeah, he's very territorial. He's like
Pete
basically
Davis.
Colin Yost.
Oh, okay.
he's like
the one. He's married. Yeah.
yeah,
Husband.
he's like
Wife.
Well, to be fair, he might be the wife of every like.
Well, that's the thing is like he's the wife in this relationship.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing. He's like the mom of the mom's group, but he's the only guy. But he's very territorial about it. Like neighbor guy shows up to bring forks to one of their events because the mom was supposed to bring it, and he's like, "What are you doing?" The guy walks up to, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Because he's funny too, and they're laughing at.
Well, he's like getting like in with the moms are liking him.
Yeah. And then the other guy, as he's leaving, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, No. You get the forks, you bring them to me, I bring them to the mom. He's like going out to like dance things with them, like country mom dance things. But he's always telling them like, "Hey man, we should hang out. You're like, let's do something." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've been texting." He's like, "I didn't get him." He's like, "Oh, well, it says red on there." He's like, "Ethan,
You can see that?
And he's like, "Well, let me see your phone." And he's like, "Well, no, it's all the way in there in the car and stuff." But he doesn't know where the kids' schools are. And it's around. It's just like,
that was like the first day he's driving to school. They're like, "Dad, you're going the wrong way." I was like, "All right, so how about this? How about we play a game, and then the first person that yells out their name of the school, we go there first."
Yeah.
You don't know the name of our school, Dad?
Is that I know the name of your school.
And then the youngest daughter calls the mom.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Call her. I'm going to call her right now." And then she goes, "Okay, here you go, Dad." He's, no.
So yeah, it's all about that kind of stuff. And then obviously as the,
his beef with Ken Najarian is hilarious. He's the other salesperson at the dealership.
But he's almost creepy.
Yeah.
He's like number 2.
He's also like he's still got his his Eternals physique. Yeah.
He did a stand-up recently. He's like, "You all wanted me to get in shape. I did. And then I made a bad movie. You want me to get fat again?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just stay this ripped."
But he just plays his normal quintessential character that he's that type of guy, like where he's just like conniving, scheming guy. But he's basically trying to take over him as the top salesman. So when Nate leaves, because he's got to take a leave of absence so he can do the stay home thing.
Stuff for 2 weeks. That's just like PTO.
Yeah, when you do that, like you got to put in leave.
Yeah.
It's like what is it, FMLA?
Yeah.
Basically.
For 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a guy at work going on vacation for 3. He didn't have to do FMLA.
Okay, well then that's on him.
Then you talk to Toyota and you talk to neighbor guys and people made a video, right?
Sales people don't get holidays like that.
Yeah.
I don't work in sales. I transferred to sales.
Well, so it seems like you know a lot about what their PTO system is.
This isn't a major Fortune 500 corporation, Patrick.
So we're going.
Toyota is not a major fortune. Let's go ahead and just unpack.
Because it's individual dealerships. The car maker is, but not the dealerships. They are locally owned.
So getting back to the point of the movie, before we veer off anymore.
Got him.
Yeah.
He really did, folks. He really did it.
You have your math. You do your funky math in your math.
So if you're watching the YouTube, if you're not watching the YouTube version, I basically rose my hand to argue and then went,
and
shit.
and the mic drop.
So getting back to the movie now, so he's basically trying to scheme his way into becoming top salesman. He does, but the whole, like you say, going back to the actual movie, the point of it is, as normal structure,
it's Toyota Corolla that sponsored this movie.
As normal structure goes in movies, obviously he finds a way to make things work with the kids and things go very well, and then they go south on the end.
The third act dip, they call it.
Yes. Yep. Yes, because he ended up, his daughter the whole time wants a horse or a pony.
Don't they live in like the suburbs?
Yeah, which is what makes it funny, because he ends up getting her a pony.
Yeah.
And the pony,
if the guy's telling him, he's like, just don't have any loud noises or anything, because like the horse was like it's basically a thoroughbred, but something bad happened, like an explosion happened, and the horse went psycho.
Oh,
he's like, why is it so cheap? He said, well, doesn't do well around fireworks or loud noises or cars. When they just like starts all this other shit.
like, give $50.
And he's like, I give you $50 for it right now. Oh, and the daughter loves it so much that she wants to go over and hug it. And Nate comes down and says, oh, let's just hold up right there. We don't want to get too close.
Yeah,
to it.
blowing kisses.
Yeah, that's what he's. You can blow him. Yes. That was why he bought the horse. So like he's dealing with all these individual problems, but the daughter, his youngest daughter, doesn't really understand personal space, and she just thinks she's being affectionate to everybody. So
At first, she's hugging everyone.
yeah, so at first she starts hugging, and the teacher tells Nate, is like, look, your daughter is really like making kids uncomfortable because she comes in and hugs them 50 times a day. And he's like, well, she just thinks that she's being, she's being loving. She really enjoys her friends. She said, well, but that's making kids uncomfortable. And she uses like a bunch of psychoanalyzing words. Like, you need to respect their bubble. So he comes home and like tells her, maybe you shouldn't hug all your friends at school. And she's like, okay, yeah, wow, that was easy. And as he walks out of the room, she had been like hugging all her stuffed animals to go to bed, and then she starts kissing them right on the face. So it like cuts back like 3 days later. He's back in the school, and she's like kissing everybody, and the teacher's looking at him. He's like,
I told him to stop hugging.
yeah, I fixed one problem.
So his solution to that was, because she's been wanting a horse the whole time, they get him. He gives her a horse.
Now the horse gets all the kisses.
Yeah, yeah. And that was kind of his deal with her. But at some point, the horse ends up going on a rampage, ends up destroying the house, because the purpose of the near the end of it is they want to do a live stream. Lori from Shark Tank wants to do a live stream with the wife and the family at their house, kind of a show like, to promote it and show like how it all started, like where she designed it at, in their house. Well, the horse tore up the house. So then he's got to go borrow the other guy mom.
Yeah.
He talks him into letting them borrow his house. And then the wife has no idea about this. He's got his dad involved, and his dad basically just comes over and sleeps all the time. So his dad's running interference to try to get her
He called
over there.
It's the funny part is like he calls and he's like, "What, Dad? Why are you here?" I called Mom. She told me to come in here. Oh, the first one was like, "Yeah, she's on a trip.
Yeah.
I just came over to see you guys," and he's sleeping on the couch. Yeah,
With pistachio.
Pistachio the fruit.
So yeah, the dad's basically, he tries to run interference because they're trying to drive them to this other house. He's going to then try to explain to the wife nonchalantly what they're doing. But and then it all goes downhill again. They get found out that they're, lying about it, but then it turns into a sweet, heartfelt moment that actually ends up making her sell more, blah, blah, blah. And the breadwinner continues. So overall, I would say it's a nice family fun movie. Bring your kids to it. That is one that is 100% family outing movie.
Exactly.
It's sweet. It's heartfelt.
It's a good sit down on the couch with the whole family with some popcorn and just enjoy.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it was. And if you're a Nate Bargatze fan, which I am,
Me too.
yep, basically all of us are inside, you'll like it.
The other guy I made you watch, Daryl Stroop. He was the
He's
the other salesman from Toyota. I think he was like from like their regional office or whatever.
yeah. He comes showing up there, and
He said, "I thought you said this guy was funny. He was cool."
So, just fun facts. So in America, the show is called Shark Tank. You know what they call it in England?
so there's multiple. There's like Dragon's Den.
That's the one in England.
it's-
Why don't we name that? That's true.
So there's like
That's
two different
dope as hell.
versions. I think it started in like Asia or something.
Oh, really?
It went over to England, or one of them started. But yeah, it's like Dragon's Den. There's like
That's
the
the
Shark
first one.
Tank. I think there's like 2 or 3 others.
Oh, okay. I remember learning that the Shark Tank in the UK is called Dragon's Den. It was like, why Shark Tank? Give us dragons. Like,
Did you ever watch Dragon's Den?
I've seen Shark Tank, so
I'm saying, have you ever watched the actual Dragon's Den show?
no.
Okay, so what's nice about that one is the same concept. They're all a bunch of rich, blokes
Mm.
and ladies. And there's I watched one of them. This is on BBC one day. And I'm like, okay, let me see how it compares. And they're like talking to people, bidding, pitching them their stuff. And he's like, I don't know, 120,000 quid. He's like, that's a lot of money. Like, oh, come on, you spend that on a weekend, mate. So they do it a little bit differently. They put digs on what they spend their own money on whenever they kind of like are questioning how much they put into this. So it's kind of funny.
A little bit of a somber note, but speaking of UK and their television and movies, R.I.P. to Anthony Head,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Giles from Buffy the Vampire,
Yep.
and
Fan.
Rupert from Ted Lasso,
Yep. Well, he was also Rupert.
and Rupert Giles.
Yeah. Buffy. He likes the name Rupert. Just call him Rupert.
Rupert.
Yes, R.I.P. to him. He died from complications of pneumonia, but they said peacefully though. So
Yeah.
yes, he probably just went in his sleep.
They probably put him in medically induced coma, and then like he's not waking up.
So now 3 of the X amount of Buffy main cast is gone. So Mr. Trachtenberg died last year. Darius Brennan died earlier this year, and now Giles.
Someone get Sarah Michelle Gellar a bodyguard.
She's fine. She's doing those game commercials now.
Exactly.
Those app game commercials.
Mhm.
Allison Hannigan's doing fine.
Yeah.
She's still going strong. So
So she made more money than God from How I Met Your Mother.
and then she's also on Penn. She was also on Penn and Teller Fool Us for a long time. She was the host on that.
And American Pie.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, her quote from the end of that movie, it's like everybody our age knows it. Not gonna repeat it. I don't even know how they got away with that in the movie.
Because it was rated R.
But I mean, even R has its limits. Like they had to censor something out of the Jackass movie,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
and that involved horse semen.
So I know also you would like to talk about a movie that you saw that's like 40 years old.
Yeah, around there. Well, so IMDb credits it as 1989. Tubi says 1990. So
I'm almost positive it was 1990, but
Okay.
I mean, you're only talking about a year difference.
maybe even 3 days. This could have been a Christmas.
I was
movie.
going to say, it'd be like, yeah, fall.
Yeah.
Came like December 29th.
Let me read you the description, and then we can go into the movie.
Okay.
In the distant future, mankind is forsaking global wars for battles of single combat. The world has been divided into 2 opposing superpowers, with each side representing by trained champions. They're also fighting over Alaska, so that's fun. Also, the beginning of the movie, the like screen on text says the world has outlawed wars. I was like, pretty sure wars aren't like legal now.
Yeah, well, they are legal. I mean, there's nothing illegal about a war as long as it's started properly.
Well, I mean, it depends on which country you're from.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, Poland would say it was illegal in World War II.
But like, if you're in the military and you get called in to go to war, when you get back home, they're not going to arrest you because you went and did the war.
Depends on what you did during the war.
That's within military law. I mean, that's a different story. But just because you followed the order,
World Court.
Yeah, you go to the Hague.
if the United States sends you to go to war and you do exactly what the United States wants you to do during the war, when you come back to the United States, they're not going to throw you in jail for going to war. Yes, because it was not illegal. I cannot believe I have to explain it so simply. No,
But
did you even say the name of the movie?
I have not. I wanted to read the description.
Oh, do it.
It's called Robot Jox.
And
It is so 80s, early 90s.
And they fight in their jockey.
J-O-X.
Yeah.
J-O-C-K to J-O-X. And this movie is baffling. There's so many like plot threads that they don't straight up answer.
Aren't the fighters like genetically engineered too?
So the one that you're following, the main character, he's just a badass. Like he's just a, all-American boy, and he just wants to go out and kick some ass. But the new recruits that he's helping train are, and they say it multiple times in the movie, test tube babies. Like, I don't know, the writer heard that term once, and he's like, it's going in my movie.
Soul.
test place on the wind.
So many times in that movie. It's like, they even bring up the doctor who created the fighters. It's almost like Bungie saw this movie and said, Dr. Halsey, that's what her name is. Oh, that's John Spartan, the woman with the no boobs. That's John Spartan.
All right, then.
But the way I like to describe this movie is it's Pacific Rim. But if you think like Pacific Rim had a budget of $500 million and whoever made this movie had $50 and a backyard on the Utah salt flats, that's Robot Jox. And one of them has a chainsaw penis. The robot, not the person.
Well,
well, we don't see his undercarriage, but we don't really know what's down there.
don't worry, man. It's a 2-stroke.
The whole movie is, there are basically, I guess, 2 countries in the entire world. One of them is basically, I'm assuming Russian, giving off what accent the guy's trying to sound like, and then America. But Russia wants Alaska, the barren hellscape that it is. They want it for oil and
I was gonna say that's why we have it, right?
But yeah, they're like, it's also a good source of timber. pretty sure Russia has trees, but all right, whatever.
But Alaska has the really good timber.
Russia has they've done so much scorched earth on the fertile land that like a whole lot of Russia is uninhabited. Just giant mountain ranges.
Well, Siberia is like the second largest thing, and that's just a tundra.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Chernobyl.
Yeah,
That's
that's in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's Ukraine. Well, technically, Russia now has control over that. This is the first territory they gained in that war.
Yeah, that was the big
So welcome to the history geography podcast.
Yeah, right.
And that was the one thing that would have made NATO stayed in. They were like, look, we're fine with the two of y'all killing each other, but don't fuck with this this nuclear reactor that is still burning from the 80s.
Till the elephant's foot.
Yeah. If this cracks and goes into the soil and the open ocean, we're all dead.
Goodbye, Europe.
No, goodbye world.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, that was the whole. You need to watch that series.
the Chernobyl one
Yes.
from HBO?
Yes.
Soul with the Monsters?
No, that has nothing to do with monsters.
Oh, well, that's even
They
worse.
got an actual
Chernobyl Files, a horror movie based off it.
no. That's I think it's the Chernobyl Diaries, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just a one season, technically I guess miniseries, but it goes over like how it started, how they put it out, which was freaking mind-boggling. Like this was a disaster that had never happened on Earth. You had to figure out how to put out a fire that was so hot that water evaporated before it could get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't, the radiation it was emitting over time, there was like almost a hue of light constantly going up from this. I'm sorry, I'm getting us off topic. We'll talk about it later.
So for the Chernobyl Diaries,
Back in.
Go back to Robot Jox.
Yeah. There was a light. All right. A light. It's a fucking light.
there was flames on the side of my face.
Then she gets strangled.
Don't. All I want is sharks with laser beams attached to their heads.
They're freaking heads.
Don't get me started on the fruit and vegetables that look like monstrous.
Don't get me started on the plate.
Don't get me started on Veggie Tales.
So Robot Jox, I know you really enjoyed it.
It's really stupid, and it's kind of my jam. So, but it also like the 3 acts that any normal movie plays. It starts off with, America going to robot fight Russia. And you can already tell this is in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, so America's going to get its ass kicked. Like, there's no way he's winning and then the rest of him is just being retired on a beach somewhere. He's going to get his ass kicked, which is perfectly fine. Like, you've seen a movie, you know how this first fight's going to
You watched Rocky 4, right?
Yeah.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But America is just getting his ass kicked. That's fine. He's down on the ground, and then he lasers off the Russian guy's right leg, and he's going to throw like a rock'em sock'em like extendo punch, but it's going right for the stands. I guess where everybody. It looks like solar panels, like one solar panel.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it, is that like these fights happen, but they're also like sporting events.
Yeah.
Like people go to it. It's not just some bear.
They actually bring that up, like
Yeah.
on the writer of the movie. They actually bring that up back in the later in the movie. But being the good old boy America, he like stumbles and like catches the punch in his chest, and his 15-story robot falls and crushes.
Yeah, isn't that when he launched the fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fist is going into the stands. He's like, I'll protect him, and then takes it straight in the like sternum, and then falls into the stand and kills about 300 people.
It's a good shot.
Yeah. And then they introduce a piece of lore that still keeps me up at night right now. Basically, he fought and he's like, I was only contracted for 10 wins, so I'm out. I'm done fighting. I was like, were you conscripted? Like, where's this 10 fight thing? Like, what happens if you only fight 9? Do you go to prison? Or why? What's happening?
Well, it's kind of almost like think of it more in like the Alien universe terms.
Mhm.
Like you have a contract with the Weyland-Yutani Corporation
Oh, okay.
to do
But then-
10 shipment runs,
But they don't let
and you only completed 9. Look, you gotta take a little liberty with yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
You're smarter than that.
Who does that?
Thing.
well, let's go ahead and talk about that off.
He takes way too many liberties with himself.
Why the fuck are we doing this? I can see our lips.
I don't know. No different than a court trial, I guess.
But moving past the thing that they don't explain that still annoys me. Like, he's like, I fought in 10 fights. It doesn't matter if I won or lost. It was a draw. It doesn't matter. I'm out. And then the next thing you know, you see him in this, like, it's a bar, quote unquote, but it's just like 3 people, plywood, and a Bud Light, and he is just fucking hammered. And then one of the test tube babies, the one that he's, sexually attracted to, like, picks his drunk ass off the floor, takes him home. Next
The
thing you-
female interest.
Yes.
More than just a test tube, maybe.
Yeah. It doesn't go anywhere if you're looking for a romantic subplot. That's also straight out of Pacific Rim. Like, Charlie Hunnam and the female lead, like, they're like, are they? Oh, they're not. Good on you. Defying expectation.
And we're never going to talk about this again for the rest of the movie.
Listen here, test tube, babe.
Yeah. Well, they actually say that to their face.
No.
Oh, that's what they are.
Spoofy's awful and awesome.
I mean, how many times could you say turkey baster in there?
I'm pretty sure they wrote that down, and then, like, the editor's like, no, we gotta punch that up.
Yeah, we gotta make it sound more medical.
Yeah.
So it came out in 89 or 90, you said, and you watched it in 2026.
Like 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was last week. The week.
The same kind of time frame as him watching Jaws.
I was gonna say the exact
Jaws. So every 36 years, you're going to find a gem of a movie, whether it be great or bad.
But 36 short years from now, I'm just gonna be watching Pacific Rim and be like, I remember the good old movies.
This is what we gotta do now. Once a quarter, Patrick has to watch a 40-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I rewatched a movie from 1901.
Oh no, you. Mm-mm.
From 1901?
Trip to the Moon.
Okay.
The French movie.
It's the French.
Well, I don't know if they sounded like it was a silent movie. Right now, you're just sounding ignorant.
Yeah, it's when they actually lit the rocket, like down in
Yeah, and it was
Up
like a
there.
bullet. It went into the moon.
And the moon had a face, and it
And it was-
smiled.
Well, not after it got shot in the eye.
No, it's got sad. Then.
Yeah, a little upset. They find moon goblins, kill the moon goblin king.
And so stop watching the same movie you watched already from 1901
Yeah.
and try something new.
That's why I'm talking about robots.
I know, but I'm saying do that more often.
Oh, I mean, that's just good advice.
So I watched the 1901 movie again.
Again.
I mean, to be fair, it's 15 minutes long. Like, you can watch that going to the bathroom. Don't suggest it. Your boss is going to wonder where you were. You're going to tell him I was watching a movie.
From 1901.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be like, that's cool. You're still fired, but that's cool.
I'd understand.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, dude.
But basically, he quits fighting robots, and then the love interest, like, I'm going to take his spot. I'm going to go fight. And he's all like, she may be genetically modified, but she doesn't know I know how to fight. So he's like, he goes back, he's like, as long as I'm the one who goes to fight Mr. Russian, fine, I'm back in for one more fight. And they're like, deal. So he goes
But
back.
the Russian guy killed one of his
That was like
friends.
the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like the world referee, that's the thing this movie has, says you won the fight. So then he stomps on like the human cockpit, and kills him. But he says like, if I fight the Russian guy, I'll come back for one more fight. And they're like, yeah, the fans will love this. And then the love interest beats the living crap out of him in his apartment made of tissue paper. So if you want, I think it's supposed to simulate like them like breaking windows or glass, but it is clearly just paper. Like they ran out of money real early on in this movie.
Yeah, it was all on robots.
Yeah. And then she goes to like fight him, like she puts her visor down so no one knows that it's her and not him, that kind of thing. And then she immediately gets destroyed straight up. Like the Russian guy just like jabs her, she's like, and falls down. So he has to take his futuristic hover car to the battlefield, rips her out of the cockpit, leaves her there on the battle floor, and then just starts robot fighting again.
That's what you do.
Yeah, he's the hero.
Yeah.
He saw her butt cheek in one scene, so he's in love. But the
I
funny
wonder why she covers up those ankles.
pretty much. But the final fight, just remember 1989, $50 budget. Like they both destroy their robots, so then they had to like start fist fighting, like hand to hand combat. The Russian guy just has a metal pipe that he got from somewhere. I don't know if he got it from the wreckage because, there's props all over the set where
Get metal pipes anywhere.
yeah. And he just starts beating the out of the main hero with a metal pipe. And then the other guy just picks up, I think, a sledgehammer and just starts wailing on him. And then they're like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to kill each other. And the Russian guy's like, you're right, we don't. And then they do like the futuristic like fist bump, but they both put their thumbs up like, hell yeah. Credits.
All right.
One of the dumbest, yeah, one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. It's on Tubi. Watch it.
Stupid. It's a stupid movie.
Man, paper for walls.
Yeah.
It was stupid. Hey, you should watch that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you like even likes really dumb B movies, this one is chef's kiss. Like, can I retroactively nominate something for a Razzie or an Oscar?
Oh, I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure it was that year.
Now 36 years old.
Yeah.
This movie invented the Razzies.
Late to the game.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Email the Oscars, just like honorable mention to Robot Jox.
I mentioned.
That movie crawled so Idris Elba could run in Pacific Rim.
All right, then. So, speaking of water,
Oh, all right. Where we're going with
and
this?
something that happened yesterday,
Oh no.
which reminded me of a movie.
Oh no.
Yep, calm down. So downtown St. Pete, they were doing the
Cliff diving.
cliff diving, competitions.
The Red Bull.
Timing of it.
Red Bull cliff diving event, and
It's kind of hard to imagine that here in Florida because we have no cliffs.
Yeah.
yeah,
They did it
they-
at St. Pete Pier.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is about,
No, they did it off this sign.
oh, did
So
they?
there's big pink signs that say
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pittsburgh, like they used to have on the Howard Franklin.
Mhm.
So they used those, but they're
So
only
instead of 30
diving.
feet, they were 50 feet up.
No, they were 70 and 90, I believe it was.
Okay.
But they were only diving into 12 feet of water. So even at that height,
Yeah, that sounds pretty
thin amount of water.
Yeah.
But so I was out there with a buddy of mine. We went out to check it out for a little bit. It was fun to watch, packed down there. But a funny thing happened.
Okay.
So
Did someone dive into the water and then you see a pool of red float up?
no, that wouldn't be funny.
Only you, it might.
Unless you're a psychopath, that is not funny.
The other snippets I've heard for you, you would
There's
chuckle a little.
nothing funny about that. That chuck your last down. Yeah. His mic's off.
I checked it.
So we were going, me and my buddy were going to leave, my buddy Dave, and as we're leaving, they had the final girl, because we were there for the women's one first, because they were going and the men were competing later. We were there for all the practice stuff and then watch all the women. It's just because we were already out there for like 2.5 hours, and we're like, okay, we're kind of done.
Did you guys go there just for the event or did you go fishing first?
No, we went for the event.
Oh, okay.
And so the last girl that was diving, I guess she's won a bunch of competitions. She's USA. Kaylee Arnett, I believe is her name. And so apparently she was the big,
Top dog.
yeah, the one that they were like really looking to see. And she did, I think she ended up taking it. But
This
she
was an international event too, wasn't it?
yeah. So there was people from all over there. And so she does this thing, and it's either a triple or quadruple somersault. When she hit the water, almost no splash.
Coneheads. You're thinking of coneheads.
She's straight up thing. So anyway, the reason why this is fun, the funny thing that happened is all of a sudden I hear some people screaming, the triple Lunding, she's done a triple Lunding. And I, in fashion of me, knowing that they were wrong in the term, not only wrong, I said, it's the Lindy. It's the triple Lindy. Which brings me to my next thing. So if we're
All right, diving. Phone users.
Yes. So the triple Lindy, for those who don't know, is from Back to School. Rodney Dangerfield plays Thornton Mellon, who is a rich tycoon. He owns the
self-made businessman.
yeah, tall and fat.
Yeah.
He's tall and fat. And so he's getting a divorce from his wife. He's wants to go figure out something. He wants to go see his son. His son's in school because he never went to college. His father told him, you don't need to go to college. He wanted his son to go to college. So he wants to go, and his son's about, thinking about dropping out because he catches him unexpectedly there. He just shows up.
Actually, in the movie.
Yeah, so I'm telling the audience. And so
One Patrick is seen.
wow, that's shocking. But he goes back to school, and then obviously he used to be a good diver, and his son was in diving, but wasn't that great. But he says he's going to go back to school, hence the name of the movie. And it's probably anything that Rodney Dangerfield has done has been great. But
yeah.
I really like this movie. I mean, I like, Caddyshack, Easy Money,
I think Caddyshack's my favorite.
even Ladybugs, even though that wasn't a Great movie. Still enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Kid soccer.
Iffy.
Yeah, that and that.
I tell you, even in hell, I get no respect.
So his signature dive when he goes back to school, he gets, the triple Indy is this
And the
incredible
coach,
dive.
and the coach said he had seen it when he was younger.
Yeah. Coney Island, I
Yeah,
believe.
Coney
I
Island.
think it was like Coney Island. There was a guy, he's like, there was a guy that did a thing. He's like, oh, yours truly.
Yeah.
And he said,
I remember the scene where like they have Rodney Dangerfield go and do this dive.
Mhm.
It is so clear that Rodney Dangerfield steps up to the diving board and then quick cut to someone who is
Oh yeah. Stunt double.
not even a stunt double, like an Adonis of it. Like they got Michael Phelps to do this dive.
Yeah.
Like
With gray hair.
yeah. Well, he put on a wig, but he went from Rodney Dangerfield to Atlas in like a frame.
Yeah, the dude was ripped.
in order to try to do something like that, which that even wasn't even really done. Yeah. In order to even attempt to do something like that, someone
Don't get me wrong, you
have in somewhat shape.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring another fat guy up there.
I don't understand why they did that. The safety guy is like, "We're not Rodney. No, get on the diving board."
All right, and shot. All right, now step down.
Yeah, carefully.
But
And you
very
could put on a little fat suit, at least a little bit. This guy was just like
Now they can. That
Yeah.
was like it was no.
he looked like Hugh Jackman from the first X-Men.
Yeah.
he's not what Ryan Reynolds and Just Friends.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just get the fat suit on there, or Ben Stiller.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgeball.
But I make a footy.
But that's what it made me think of when those guys are screaming that out, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched Back to School in so long.
Mm.
I got to go back and watch that again.
Back to school to show my dad I'm not a fool.
That, like the scene where like everyone in the room is now dumber from hearing that popped up on my Instagram reels the other day. It's fucking classic.
But the thing I like it is in that movie you had, I think it was Mike Zapps. No, it's what's his name? The bad guy from Karate
William
Kid.
Zabka.
William Zabka. Yeah. So if you
Yeah,
he's the
He
name,
was the bad
he's the
guy
bad guy.
in
Yeah,
the 80s movie.
yeah. Just one of the guys.
It's one of the guys.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Obviously that. Yep. That one. And then they also had a very young Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that was
as Derek.
hilarious, and he was like the 80s punk kid.
Yeah. He was basically a punker version of himself when he was in Weird Science.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that one scene. He's like,
That broke me.
he's trying to cheer up his friend, Thornton's son, Jason. He's trying to cheer him as he gets on the ground and he's just like dry.
Oh yeah,
Even, yeah. And he's like, Derek, get up. He's like, you look like the poster boy from Birth Control. And then they go to, I think one of the greatest things is when they go to that bar.
oh yeah.
And they're drinking and he's like,
And Lou gets up.
yeah, oh, Lou. But I'm worried about Lou, though. He might lose his trigger.
Yeah,
But he's,
I just didn't need to take on the whole bar.
Ricardo was in this movie.
Yeah.
His name is Giorgio.
I like it when he's
everybody's in that movie.
Apparently.
he says they ask you this is what is it, old timer? You get mad or something? He said, oh, I don't get angry. I get upset. When I get upset, he gets angry.
Oh, good. It's like, he's like, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
Him, he's the fighter. And Lou is awesome.
I get upset. When I get upset, he gets angry. And he just crushes a metal napkin holder and throws it down.
I think he just places it back on the table or something like that.
No, he throws it down.
Okay.
And it gets
He crushes it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
No,
he crushes
crushes
it, yeah.
Man. And he gets up in the guy's face and he's like, look, man,
It's like,
now you do.
yeah. Now you do.
And he just, there's a scene of him just picking one of the guys up and just body slam.
And he's not a big guy. That's the best part about that. Is he's like just about like my height, but like just
Yeah.
bulkier.
Mm.
Slightly bulkier than me.
And to be fair, he's on a college campus filled with like 20-year-olds. He would just lay waste to everyone.
He's also talking to the son. He's like, go easy on your old man. He loves you. He says, he's tough like me. He said, me? 2 of my kids, one of them I put through college, the other one I put through a wall.
Well, that was the other thing too. When they're at that bar, he's like, he brings the waitress over. He's like, bring a pitcher of beer over every 10 minutes so someone passes out. Bring one every 15.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Matthew McConaughey quote like that?
Yeah.
Is it from Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Like 2 dirty martinis, and then every 15 minutes after that, you bring us another one. And then 10 minutes after that, you bring us another one, and you keep doing that until one of us passes out.
Yeah.
That's what Wall Street money does to you folks.
Yeah. In a very nice restaurant.
When you got yeah.
If you're a high-end rate.
When you have BNY Mellon kind of money, you can do that.
But yeah, so watch Back to School, man. I want to
It's on
really
Tubi.
revisit it. It is.
I just saw
See?
Was the event for you free to go into, or was it
Yeah.
like a cover?
No, well, you just walked in. No, because it was basically you're just standing around.
Yeah.
You know, they had the
But you're also at St. Pete Pier on a Saturday. Like, it couldn't have been.
Oh, I had them in war.
no, it wasn't on the pier. You keep saying the pier. It wasn't the pier. It was off. It was right in front of the Vinoy, the
Yeah.
marina in front of the Vinoy. That's where we was.
Either way, it was not a non-crowded event, I assume. Like,
It was a very crowded. Yeah.
No wonder it was free.
What is wrong with
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
there-
Think
there's-
about that question for a moment.
it?
yeah, how many years? We just went over this. You've known me for how many years?
How does
No, but it was fun just to kind of go out there and see everything. We were just standing by the marina, by the seawall there, standing and standing and standing, trying to find shade at some point. You know, lots of people out there. Obviously, all sorts of food vendors out there and everything. People were tossing Red Bulls at everybody.
Yep.
Because that's what you want in a Florida sun afternoon of Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, it's a rental event, so they're not going to throw you Monster.
Yeah. Exactly.
How about just public spring water?
Because, well, when Publix wants to host the event,
Have a Minotaur. Might as well turn your pea green.
Minotaur. So, yeah.
It's like when I used to run 5Ks. Oh, yeah. You just ran 3.3 miles in 29 minutes. Here's a Mick Ultra. Not a water,
Yeah.
a Mick Ultra.
Have some pasta, too.
I like those Disney marathons that they put up. There's always like people dressed as Captain Jack, and they'll have people instead of water, they'll hold up rum, and he's running with the, wearing a blouse. Freaking awesome! I can't imagine how hot that would be though.
Oh, my God.
At 7:30 in the morning when you start a 5K, it is still brutally
Yeah.
fucking hot. Like, the races I would always do were in like January, February, and you was still just almost unbearable. I once ran a midnight 5K in July across the the Dunning Memorial Causeway. Hottest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
At minute? Sure.
Uh-huh.
At minute?
No, second hottest thing.
Okay.
The hottest thing I've ever done is I did the Tampa International Airport runway 5K.
I was gonna say that day we played golf for our podcast.
That's tied for first.
I thought I was going to say that.
Running on a tarmac in June in Florida with
Sounds amazing.
Dude, we felt the heat off of the standing water.
I felt the heat coming off the tarmac. What's really embarrassing is there was a mom and a kid running next to me, and the son was like, "Mom, my feet hurt," and she's like, "Shut up! I'm running in flip flops." I was like, "How are you beating me? Like, I have running shoes on, and you are fit as fuck. What's your name?"
Now, before we veer off way too much topic here,
I was talking about when I used to be in shape.
yeah, that's way off topic. And it was 20 years ago.
7.
Said it with shame. Teen.
It was pre-COVID. Let's go ahead and say that.
When you said pirate, though, reminded me, if you guys get a chance, there's the trailer that Tony Armour's team did, that movie that they did in Key West. So the trailer's out.
Actually,
Kind of fun. Yeah, you can look. I'll tell you the name of it later on. And then also want to give a heads up too, for next week, we'll be, I know we still got a few minutes left, but I just want to, before I forget,
we have an interview.
we do have an interview with Edward and about his movie that came out. He found us on Facebook. He's been listening to the show a little bit and asked us to please watch it. The cool thing about it is, I think he said I don't want to get this wrong, so forgive me, Edward, if I get this wrong, but I think he said he's from Nova Scotia originally.
Okay.
And he's actually living currently in Hong Kong. So we'll be having a via Zoom meeting with him in Hong Kong.
All right.
So that should be pretty fun.
Indeed.
.com.
.com.
But yeah, so, we got that coming up. We do still have to figure out what we're going to do for our anniversary. We have not officially figured that out yet for July coming up here in about.
Just call it a celebration. It makes me weird saying I have an anniversary with two guys.
Or I think your girlfriend might have her.
Our 5-year celebration.
Yeah, that was
right. The show's anniversary, not yours. We have figured out that, so we'll keep you updated on.
Let's not celebrate
things as well.
anniversary with this thruple.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Polycule. You get it right.
I got an idea. Let's go golfing
Yeah.
at noon.
You know what? Up the tea time. It will be in January. We're going back to Buffalo.
And at Myrtle Beach.
I'm not paying that price. So go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Down in Sarasota.
It's, yeah, you be fine.
Oh, no. Oh, Buffalo Creek. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said meant Buffalo. They don't golf there.
Yeah, we don't.
If we wanted to make,
Not in the winter.
I think I mentioned it before, but when they were making Stargate SG-1 in Vancouver, there was like a golf course like right behind the studio. So Richard Dean Anderson and Christopher Judge used to play on that course all the time. Bucket list, I'm playing that golf course.
All right.
I mean, playing what I do on a golf course is generous.
You're going to attend the golf course.
I'm going to whack balls
Yeah.
on that golf course. I don't know which one sounds worse, but you know what?
Got a good game of whack fuck going on. Whack.
I'm going to hit the tee and not the ball.
Yeah.
Again.
That was hilarious.
I don't even know how I did that to this day.
Great. Right job
Oh,
ever.
So to anyone who wasn't there was like 5 of us, but I was in the tee box. I put the ball and the tee down. I line up. I take a swing. The only thing that moves about 3 feet is the tee itself. The ball just straight down. Doesn't move a millimeter.
Didn't make one bit of contact
Nope.
with that ball.
Nope.
And if you've ever seen the club head of a driver,
Yeah, it was the best shot I've ever done in my
and no matter how high you're teed up, you should still be able to make contact with the ball.
Right.
The tees are not that big.
Yeah,
Like I
I'm sure.
should not have been able to have done this.
So he did something virtually impossible.
Yeah.
I broke physics.
Yes, you did.
You broke something.
Hey, you, Dave, Gavin, was that the one with Kirk was with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were all just like, how the did you do that?
I was flabbergasted.
I just quit golf right then and there. It's like, I'm never going to tie.
Yeah. I'm never going to do anything back there.
I need my life.
No, I love my life after that shot. That was like Tiger Woods couldn't do that. And maybe Tiger could.
Man attack.
So on one of the next episodes, we'll talk golf again. We'll talk golf movies.
This is a movie podcast, right?
Yes, it is actually. It's now turned into geography, the history of Chernobyl,
My golf experience.
your golf abilities or lack thereof,
And cliff dive.
and cliff diving. Yes. But I actually tied cliff diving into a movie. I mean,
Happy Gilmore. See, that tied into golfing.
all right then.
And full circle.
Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing coming up soon? Because, next week we're doing 2 episodes. We're going to have the interview episode and then another topic episode. But is there anything in between now and then? Or
Well, there's, obviously, Doomsday and the new Dune, but we still got till December for those. But there's one interesting one that I have seen with Hugh Jackman, and it's The Death of Robin Hood.
okay.
Oh, yeah, that's like the new R-rated one coming out, right? Yeah.
And that seems pretty interesting. So it's like he plays this guy who, or Robin Hood, who's like,
Like, he's been doing this for like a decade.
yeah, exactly. He's like at the end of his life.
Michael Keaton from The Flash.
And he's also more of it's not the glory, rule from the rich or steal from the rich, give to the poor mentality.
It's like just steal from the rich.
It's kind of basically a murder.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, one I heard that someone I know well from courtside, Ryan was telling me about, because he's not a big movie guy, but he was saying that he went and asked me if I watched the movie Back Rooms yet. That just came
Oh, that's based off of
the web series,
the analog horror series on YouTube, which was made into a video game and is now being made into a video movie.
Apparently, it was started by I guess some 16-year-old kid.
Oh yeah,
on YouTube, and he's the one they asked to direct the movie.
Well, the guy who did Obsession is like huge now. Like that movie was what, $750K budget, and it's like $100 million. It's spanking Mando and Grogu that had the same had the budget that they made on their movie. It still isn't making that.
Which is funny because you would think, being that I know we only got a couple minutes, but just a real quick comment on that is like Mando and Grogu really came out when nothing else really major was out. Like they didn't have a lot of big budget competition, like big budget.
Exactly.
You mean the TV show?
No, the
movie.
Oh, the movie just came.
TV show.
Yeah. I just wanted to know which one we were.
Oh yeah, the movie. But yeah, it's funny how it just is not holding up as well. I mean,
Yeah.
but I also heard mixed reviews about it. That it's a good movie,
Great movie, yes.
but no, Seema said it was just basically an extended episode.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's like a 2-hour episode.
It's kind of like when they did the Entourage movie off the show. It was an extended. It was still fun, but this is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So it's 90 minutes of Jerry McVivitt.
yeah, so I heard that, and I read a little bit about it.
One
But
of the goods at that point.
I may check out that Backrooms at some point because I heard it's supposed to be very psych.
Well, it's the
And
the premise is.
it's the same director from Obsession.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure? Because I was told that the kid who started the web series is the one they asked to direct it.
Okay. I may be wrong.
But I may be wrong too. This is just information I was kind of told.
Well, this is the web series. Here's the movie. It was directed by Kane Parsons.
Now, mind you, he was 16 when the web series was out.
Yeah,
He's not 16 anymore.
It was the guy who created the web series.
Okay. So anyway,
But the premise, if you don't know, is like in video games, like you can clip through a wall and you go into the null space and everything. That actually happens in real life, and you wind up in the back rooms. And there's a monster.
all right then. And on that note, we are just out of time. So go check it out. We'll keep you up to date on all the fun non-anniversary celebration things that we have coming up. Again, looking forward to our interview with Edward next week. But yeah, we've got a lot of good things coming up and a lot more to come. But until then, for Movie Talks and Chill, we are your hosts. I'm Tony Serrano.
I'm Gavin.
I'm a Toyota Corolla. Patrick Paul.
Guys, take care.